Hello everybody, I just wanted to do a video on two things today. One, I want to talk about Yankee Stadium, the new Yankee Stadium that was built in 2009, which is a pretty long time ago. That was the last time the Yankees won the World Series. There's a lot of people that were either little kids back then, like my nephew Preston was born in, I believe, 2008, which would no wait, my nephew Jack was born in 2008, which means he was like 1 year old when New Yankee Stadium opened up and last time they won the World Series. Now he's not a baseball fan, my nephew Jack, but my nephew Preston is. He's a few years older, but he was a little boy when New Yankee Stadium opened up. So that's just the scope and now he's like college age. He's out of high school already, so that just goes to show you how long a time has gone by since one new Yankee Stadium has been built, and also how long a time since the Yankees have won the World Series. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about new Yankee Stadium, and also want to talk about two moves that the Yankees could be looking into in a trade. One is for Luis Arraez, one is for Gavin Lux. Lux is on the Dodgers, and they just picked up a Korean infielder, so that's why they're maybe thinking about getting rid of Lux, who plays second base, I believe, and he's a lefty. And then Arraez is on San Diego, and I guess they're just trying to get some prospects back for him or whatever. Maybe they were like in a rebuilding phase or something. But I don't know if Arraez is a lefty or a righty, but they're both supposedly good hitters. I think they're hitting, especially Lux, from what I've seen of his highlights, would really play well in Yankee Stadium. So I think that would play well there. And he hits a lot to where the short porch is, but also he hits some the other way as well. And he could easily clear the dead center field wall into Monument Park. And then the other guy is a good hitter, and I think they're both like both got the same MO. They're both good hitters, but they don't play that good defense. So you're losing some on defense, you're not getting better there, but you're gaining in offense with both players. Well, maybe not so much from you're not getting totally better than what you used to have in Gleyber Torres, but you're getting better than what you have now, currently, without Gleyber Torres, because Gleyber Torres is now a Detroit Tiger. Okay, now let's get to New Yankee Stadium and what I originally wanted to make the video about. So many people like rip on it, whether it's Met fans, non-New Yorkers who come in to visit and see it, some people that have never been there and they just see it on TV. People just rip on it so much, and whether it's the stadium or the park that they put in where old Yankee Stadium used to be, and I don't get the criticisms personally. I think it looks gorgeous. I've never actually been to the new one. I've been to the old Yankee Stadium. I think it was 2007, or was it 2006? It was whatever year they started construction on the new one, and you didn't see anything. You just saw the fence around it, like the blue fence around the stadium being built. And I just feel like the old stadium had its flaws too, maybe more so. I mean, the upper deck was way too big. Me and my parents went. Giambi hit a homer. The upper deck hangs so low. Where he hit it, we couldn't see the home run. We didn't know whether he hit it or not. We were going on what the crowd was doing. The upper deck is way too big in seat. It was actually scary to walk up and down, even for me. I did it. I walked up and down, and I got food and stuff with my dad. But it was scary. It was quite scary. Like, I didn't want to get up and stand up for the national anthem, but I did. My mom, refused to get up. That's how steep it was. He refused to get up. stand up for the national anthem or get up for food or a bathroom or nothing. She sat there the whole time, and going down was so scary for her. It was like going down a mountain, like a steep mountain, like going down like Mount Everest. I mean, the upper deck was like way too steep, way too big, and and there's definitely sightline issues in the upper deck as well, and I'm sure other places too. Like if you're in the lower bowl, there is the issue of probably poles in front of you and stuff, and you can't, like, not that you can go into Monument Park and the new one now during the game, but you at least physically could. It's connected, whereas once you're in the bleacher area, you can't go to any other part of the stadium, in the old stadium. That's how it was. It was like you were either in the bleacher part, or you're in the part with the regular like stands and stuff. So I think and I think Monument Park might have had a way longer line in the old stadium. I'm pretty sure. The new one is not quite as long. Maybe. I don't know. I could be making this up. If any Yankee fans or people who have been there can tell me whether it's true or not. I don't know. It just appears that the old one was harder to get into during pregame. And also, not only is the upper deck steep and just too big, me and my parents we were like second to the last row. Way too high. And again, sight lines were bad. We missed a home run. Maybe it didn't help that the Yankees lost that game. I will say I was able to smell the grass and hear the crack of the bat and the sound of the ball hitting the catcher's mitt. I was able to hear all that and smell the grass from the upper deck. But I'm sure that's the case with the new stadium too. So I think the new Yankee Stadium, it's more like National Stadium, which I went to, which has a split upper deck, but unlike Citi Field, which I think we made a mistake and put the stairs in the front with like glass, which can break if a ball hits it. Yankee Stadium and National Stadium puts the stairs in the back. And I've been to National Stadium, haven't been to the Yankee Stadium, but the upper decks seem very similar. How they're configured with the split upper deck and the size of it and stuff. How many like rows of seats. And National Stadium's upper deck was nowhere near as steep or big as old Yankee Stadium. So and they're made by the same company. So I assume based on the fact that they look alike, and I've counted the seats and all, they're about the same, that new Yankee Stadium's upper deck is not as steep, not as big, way more easy to traverse and stuff, and not be scared to go up and down the stairs and stuff. So there's that, and then the look of it. Like, they renovated old Yankee Stadium, and it wasn't the same from what I can say. I mean, if you watch that movie 61, and I know it's actually the Tiger Stadium, the old Tiger Stadium. If you look at 61 and you look at some of the aesthetic features that they got right from the that they mimicked from the old stadium before the renovations, you had the frieze up top the upper deck, the lights, old-fashioned lights and stuff. And although I think in the old days they had the light stands, they didn't have the lights like hugging the upper deck, so that's a little different. But another thing that they really mimicked well was the fact that the railings and stuff in like old Yankee Stadium were like kind of mesh metal, and that's how they are in the new one. Another thing I really like about the new one, the old stadium was almost like Dolphins colors or something. They were almost like teal or something, or aquamarine, or Dodgers colors. I don't understand why they went with that color. I know that's kind of the similar color that they always had. Maybe they had a little lighter color actually, but in the old stadium, like before they renovated it. But the new stadium, they went with a nice navy blue, like the color of my hat. They went with that for the padding on the walls, the seats. It just looks way better. And then the one gripe a lot of people had with the new stadium was that it had the obstructed views on either side of the restaurant in center field, and they rectified that by tearing down the seats on either side and just putting like clubs and restaurants and stuff there. So like you don't have to stay there. You could like hang out there and mingle and like look at the game for a while and get a bite to eat or a drink. Or you could go back to your seat wherever that is, you know. So that's pretty cool. I think that's neat. There's a lot of different places like that around the stadium where you could just hang out. And some people say, "Oh, it's like a mall. It's like a mall." What new stadium doesn't have amenities? What new one doesn't have the restaurants, the clubs, the bars? You go into Citi Field, it's the same goddamn thing. I'm not saying Citi Field isn't a nice stadium, but do I think it's better than new Yankee Stadium? Hell no. I think I'll take Yankee Stadium. When I'm watching it on TV, I feel like I'm watching the old stadium. I feel like I'm watching old Yankee Stadium, and it doesn't look much different, except for the fact that they actually made the seats and padding the color of the team, navy blue, which actually makes sense. They should have done that a long time ago. You know, I guess they figured eventually we're gonna like replace this place anyway. And I don't know. In the end, I think it's a gorgeous stadium. The limestone exterior, the glass windows, the great hall, the new Monument Park looks really nice. The club areas, which I would never have enough money to go into anyway. I think I would have enough money. Maybe in the past I could have done, I probably couldn't do it now because I'm like broke, but like in the past I could have done the Audi Club, which is in the left field area, kind of near the foul pole, and it's like encased in glass. It says Audi. And I think for like, I want to say like $70 a ticket, which I know it seems steep, but like if you've got the money to do it, it's worth it on a cold or hot day because it's air conditioned in the summer. It's heat when it's cold out. And I think food and drink, including alcoholic beverages, is included in the ticket. So you're getting food, drink, whether it's a Coke or whatever, or an alcoholic beverage, food, everything, like you get a buffet, and you get all that for like a ticket for like 70 something odd dollars. That's not too bad for all that. I would do that. I would totally do that if I could. It's not too bad. I mean, if you put a little money away, you could probably do it. It's like you don't have to go get other food. It's like you don't have to get extra food. It's all included in the ticket. So, I mean, like I said, all new stadiums are going to have amenities. The old stadium was falling apart. I mean, right before they replaced it, I don't know how many years it was before when Steinbrenner was still with us and still pretty with it. A whole piece of concrete and stuff fell off a top part into seats. Where if that happened during a game, it would have killed somebody. Maybe a few people. Maybe more than, like, several people would have died if that would have happened during a game. So to think that they could have just fixed it or renovated it, yeah, maybe. But the place is falling apart. And the new place is so beautiful on TV. I really like it. I want to visit it someday. Go in person, maybe when times are better money-wise. But it just looks beautiful. And like I said, I can't tell it looks like old Yankee Stadium to me on TV. So if it passes the eye test when I'm watching it on TV in the summertime, then it's Yankee Stadium. That's Yankee Stadium. It's not some fake imitation. It's the real Yankee Stadium. And it's been that way since 2009. And I'm going to end there and say to anyone that says New Yankee Stadium isn't the real Yankee Stadium, you're wrong. It is. Thank you. Have a nice day.